Hi, I'm Corey. This is the second video that I've made. I hope that the first one helped people, and I got a really good response from it. I got a lot of affirmations and a lot of good criticisms of different people telling me different things that were wonderful. Criticism is how we grow, so if you want to criticize me for this video, please do, because I love to hear your opinion. If you want to tell me that you like the video, please do, because the validation makes me realize that I'm helping people. One person actually told me that the first video was exactly what she needed to hear at this point in her life, and that it is helping her in a big way, and I just can't even describe in words how fulfilling it is to hear that from someone. A couple people told me that the blinding angel light outside was a little too intense on the first video, so I'm bringing my laptop inside of my gorgeous room, and I'm going to go ahead and jump in because another one of the criticisms I got was that my video was a bit too long, so I'm going to go ahead and try to keep it under 5 minutes this time. This topic is going to be fear. Fear is something that, when used legitimately, is just amazing. It's a primary emotion. You're never going to live without fear, or most people aren't going to live without fear without some sort of neurological predisposition to not fear things. It is something that keeps you from giving a big bear hug to like a flaming fire or something that's going to really hurt you. It's the thing that keeps you from running through traffic and things like that. So it's definitely essential for life. Controlled fear can be really exciting. Riding a roller coaster, watching a scary movie, for example, these are controlled fear. These are things that seem scary but truly are not scary. What I'm going to talk about is the more rational fears, or what I believe are rational fears. I'm going to go through them one by one to try to keep my video shorter. Start out by telling you a story. When I was a little boy, I fell into a wading pool that my mom was in, and the water went over my head. I grabbed onto her legs with both hands as hard as I could, and I didn't let go. Now, she ripped me off, and she got me out of the water. That's why I'm here able to tell you this story today. But if she didn't do that, fear would have killed me. Fear would have been the thing that kept me in the water, because I could have gotten out of the water myself at that point. I wasn't a baby. But the fear made me grab onto her. So fear in a lot of situations is the thing that is actually hurting you. It's not the situation that's hurting you, it's the fear that's keeping you in the situation. The first fear I want to talk about is fear of loneliness. Fear of loneliness is something that is a construct that I just don't agree with. I think that being alone is not something that we should fear. We are group creatures, so it is nice to be around other people. It is wonderful to have people hear your opinion. It's wonderful to get responses to my video and so on, but if nobody responded to my video, I would not have anything terrible happen to me. So it's an illegitimate fear. A legitimate fear is there's a cat right there, it's going to attack me, and you go, ah, and then you run away so that you don't get attacked by the cat. That's a legitimate fear. Fear of loneliness. Being alone is actually not something to be scared of. So the more you can embrace being alone, the more you realize that you love you by yourself and that you don't need other people to tell you you're great, you don't need other people to do these things, the more you will be able to get over this fear. Fear of the unknown is a big one. It's a really, really big one. People are scared. That's where fear of the dark comes from, is that if you don't know something's happening, if you can't actually see what's in front of your face, then you're going to be scared of what it is, because your mind will start putting in all these terrible things in front of you. Now, accepting that you don't know things, there's known unknowns, which are things that you know you do not know. When you accept that there are things you know you do not know, then you no longer have to worry about fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown is something that is a big, big drive for people to not do anything, because they don't, they've never climbed a mountain. They don't know what it's like, so why climb a mountain? That seems crazy. And then they go and climb the mountain eventually because somebody talks them into it, and they say, I don't even know why I was scared of that. There's so much information about it, so on and so forth. So fear of the unknown is something that definitely can be overcome just by embracing the fact that the unknown is, in essence, scary, but the more you know about it and the more you embrace it, there are things you will never know about it, the more you can get over it. Fear of being different is one of the more hysterical ones to me, because we are all different. We are not the same. We aren't. Like, even ants are all different. They don't all do the same thing, or else the ant colony would collapse. Like, you are already different, and the fear of being different makes you want to be like other people. It's the reason that we do things we don't like in order to be with other people. We say, I like sports, even though you know nothing about the sport, or like you wear a sporting team color, and then when somebody asks you about it, you say, oh, I don't really know the rules of football, but, I just love the pretty colors. We are all different, so embracing those differences and having other people embrace the differences in us is one of the keys to contentment, because you're never going to find anyone that's exactly like you. And that's what makes us great. That's what makes us amazing individuals, and we are part of one big group. But the big group, like an ant colony, has people all doing different things in completely different ways, and it's all going to come back together at some point. We are all eventually going to decompose into nothing and stardust and whatnot, but we are all different, and we will always be different. So fearing being different is something that'll limit your potential in life and not let you pursue your own goals. And you should pursue your own goals. The biggest one that I see in today's society is fear of rejection. Now, there is only one cure for fear of rejection, which is being rejected over and over and over again. There is a video that's going around that on Facebook and like on the social media universe that is just absolutely wonderful and talks about famous failures. I would go through all of them, but I don't want to take up too much time. So the one that spoke to me the most is that Dr. Seuss. We all know Dr. Seuss. Most of us read it as kids, and the people who didn't have friends that read it as kids, and so on and so forth. Was rejected 27 times before he was published. Now, he never gave up, and if he did, the world would have gone without his knowledge. So if you're scared of doing something, if you're scared of putting yourself out there, making an online video, for example, just do it. And then get rejected, have negative responses, have people tell you that, because then you'll realize it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't matter if people tell you that what you're doing is stupid. I've had people tell me my philosophy on life, that love and compassion and trying to bring happiness to the world is a stupid idea, that money is the only way that you're ever going to change anything, so you should just go strike it rich and say whatever to all this compassion stuff. I didn't listen to them. And now I'm here getting these great responses from you. My video is running a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now because I can talk for hours on this topic. Thank you very much. Peace is the goal, and love is the way. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for watching this, and if you like my words, share the video, like the video, talk to me about it, or just be happy that you saw it, and just love it. But most importantly, love yourself.